else I was not expecting to blow the hell up on social media was Fantasia Daddy. So
No, girl, for real. And then I went on TikTok and then realized it went even further. Then they was like, what you call them? They was talking about how the daddy had mentioned Farrakhan, and then I had to go find a clip of Farrakhan.
Man,
yeah,
I got
Farrakhan
nervous.
had talked to him and asked him if Fantasia was his angel or something like that.
You need to be an angel, nigga.
I couldn't wait to
know
get into this. I ain't seen Fantasia name in the headlines since she was messing with that man who worked for T-Mobile or Sprint. And I was like, oh Lord, please, she can't take this. What y'all talking about?
That's why I was singing a ding-a-ling of gold, because she was on stage and he re-proposed to her with that tight ass suit on, and then she fell on the ground, and like her, you know how that front hair be flipping. So when she fell on the ground, that shit went. And then it was hilarious, but she fell out on the floor and he gave her a new ring. And I just kind of felt like you sweating, you crying, and he just gave you a new ring with money that he made from you. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I could play a little bit of this. I don't know if my sound went out or not. Can y'all hear that?
No, but I'm gonna tell you, if you could find it on TikTok, that would be better, because this nigga talk too slow.
Child,
don't you gotta download it on TikTok to speed it up?
You just gotta go to the you gotta go to the main page post, and then you can speed it up. He was hemming and hawing. He was hemming and hawing like a motherfucker.
It may be my system, but give me 1 second to see if I can get him, because I just want a little snippet of him.
Niecy though, why she doing that? Niecy. What I found out about Kendall, which is Fantasia's husband, is that he does a lot of work with nonprofits. Exactly.
Does he now?
Yes.
That's why he ain't got no fucking money.
And you know how he feels.
I didn't. Okay. Because I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. A lot of my subbies were like,
Did you see his response? Did you see his video?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and let me see if I can.
I'm telling you, can't trust nobody that don't work no job and only work nonprofits. They ain't no better.
Can y'all hear
him? No.
No.
Oh Lord.
It's okay.
Yeah,
we moved from Ecamm to StreamYard.
Yeah.
The daddy was basically saying that nigga stole some money. People reached out to him and said that the husband was stealing money. And then the husband was like, no, nigga, they were stealing money. I wasn't stealing money. And so it seems like the daddy was like, the re-proposal was a way to make up, or to try to sugar it over, basically. So if she thought for a second that it was him, this re-proposal would, like, you know, get that out of her mind. And the way she responded, calling him her king and all of that, I was like, that's why I say he must have a ding-a-ling of gold, because she was talking about him like, he's my king. And then she put her own daddy's mugshot on the internet, because she said he been playing with her and her king way too much. So she put...
So she ain't never learned.
No.
Oh, Fantasia, girl.
It was sad.
Girl, not you. Yeah, that's definitely the ring that she paid for with the nonprofit money that she gave him.
We not saying nonprofits are great and needed. Y'all be tripping. No, babe, you're misunderstanding.
No. Look, okay, but let's call out the last sentence in Keisha's comment. Working for a nonprofit is a job. Correct. But the people who start nonprofits, especially some nonprofits, are beneficial.
But did he say he started them, or do he work for them?
I think he started it, because I had actually looked it up a little. He mentions it in his video, but they have something down here in Louisiana, and that's what kind of made me look into it. But like, it's something that helps with young adults and stuff like that. And that's another thing that I question.
But yeah, that's the thing I'm saying. Like, the thing that I question is, if your heart is really in it and you feel like you can make the most impact by going to go join an established nonprofit, why don't you do that versus people who start 2 and 3 and 4 or 5 different nonprofits for tax write-offs, and they don't really have an employee structure underneath them. They are the employees. So look into it, okay? Look into it. Marlo, Maurice, rich white folks.
It's called Salute One. That's what he's the CEO and co-founder of Salute One First Academy of Men. His organization is geared towards challenging men to embrace and the call of leadership and its associated sacrifices. Their approach on perspective realignment challenges men to revisit ancient principles and universal truths in hopes of developing a sustainable foundation for manhood, leadership, and success.
I'm
Now,
gonna have
how
to have
many-
a whole separate conversation. It's one person says, trust, you don't get paid. I work for a nonprofit. That's the point. The person who created the nonprofit has the nonprofit in order to get grants from the government and pay themselves with the grants from the government. And if they do actually make money for the business, they can also use it for tax write-off. So no, y'all don't get paid. That's the point. It's a scamming ass business decision a lot of the times when it doesn't come from a good place.
Can I share my screen with y'all just right quick? Because I just want y'all to see something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, let me remove this one. Sorry.
Okay.
This.
So this
That's
is
the
from,
site. Okay.
yeah. What is the value? But it's just either way, this is a picture from his site. I just wanted y'all to see it. The salute first. And this is, some of the pictures of the things that he's done. And I'm sorry, prison reform.
Has he been to prison before?
I think so. Yes, he has.
Her dad said something, but I wasn't sure if he was referring to him as a prisoner or somebody else.
And that's what he helps with. Like that's another part of his nonprofit is helping men in jail transition.
Oh, I would think that's a quick leap.
It looks almost like have y'all heard of this? I've been coming across another form of business, like a business flip that I hadn't heard of before. But in real estate, I come across a lot of people creating their own nonprofits. And what they'll do is essentially sublease a house out, a unit out for people who are veterans or people who are felons to try to help them get on their feet. But essentially they're profiting from it in some way because of the way that they've coded the business.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting a lot of people reaching out to me about stuff like that. So
is that illegal?
No, it's not. It's not illegal. Some property owners will allow you to sublease, and if they allow you to sublease, then you could do it. But the person actually establishes a business around it, and they kind of make it seem like it's a donation or nonprofit based service. I don't know. It's so many loopholes, and it's not always a bad thing. But I just wish that people would call a thing sometimes.
So with nonprofits, you're not supposed to get paid, right?
No, you do get paid.
Yeah,
you pay yourself. Yeah. You get, so the reason why I say that it's a scamming as business tactic sometimes is because if, like, I know this one girl who created multiple. Let's say I want to go start a nonprofit to get women into real estate. I go to the government. I sign up for every grant because I'm Black. Well, not Trump's government, but because I'm Black, I'm female, and I'm in a certain age bracket. And let's say that I go do it in a county where people are underserved. All those things will add up to additional grants from the government, and then I can create a budget to pay myself from it. And then essentially, what if I end up not really doing shit with the business that month, or I might put on not that month, that year? What if I don't do anything with the nonprofit and it's not really profitable? Well, I'm living because I'm paying myself as the only employee and CEO of the nonprofit business that I started because I'm living off grants from the government. So the shit sound good sometimes because I have a nonprofit organization. I put on events, once or twice a year, but I'm living off the grants.
Married to Medicine just wanted to start a foundation so that they can get corporate sponsors and all of that type of shit. So understand.
Right. And then you can get sponsors too. It's strategic.
But as far as getting money from the government, I don't know why it sounds like that ain't no different than a business being ran.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying it's not always a bad thing, which is why I was saying, like, I wish that people would just be upfront about it because it's no different than what white people do. That's why in the beginning I said Marlo.
I was just about to say.
I said Marlo, Maurice, and white folks. That's what I said. It's a business decision. But the reason why I look down on it sometimes is because some Black people that, and I'm speaking to our people because we're talking about our people, they will create lots of nonprofits with no intention of having real impact.
But to look like
but to look like it, and then you're the only employee, and then you might, and let's say your nonprofit helps children. Well, now you got the parents of the children volunteering for your nonprofit, so they doing the work, but you paying yourself with the grant. Like, to me, that's like, that's not cool, and it's not at the point to where they have the nonprofit as a tax write-off. So it's not, you're not really using this business strategy at the highest level like some white people do. Rich white people will do it for tax write-offs and then make an impact.
Mhm.
And sometimes they don't make an impact, but
No.
they'll do it with tax write-off for tax write-offs. Black people will do it just to live. It's like almost
Yeah.
To
a
say,
form of government assistance.
to
Almost.
portray a certain image, like I'm doing good, I'm doing this.
To
I'm
portray
doing
a certain
the
image.
Like
business,
church.
but the
Exactly
business
like
I'm doing
church.
are the grants from the government.
It's the business. Yes.
And you started, it's the same thing with church. So like if you start a church, you a hustler, you used to be a pimp. You got to
Mhm.
get the gab. You start a church, now your church don't have to be taxed. So now you just receiving all of this money that the government doesn't have a right to tax. It's just niggas finding a way. It's not that we're saying all nonprofits, Keisha. Okay. We're not
Yeah.
saying all nonprofits, Keisha. We're just saying that niggas find these things out and just like everybody else find a way to exploit them. And it happens a lot, especially in the reality TV show sector, because this is a
Ooh.
place for people to get quick money so that they can promote a certain lifestyle, make it seem like they got something they don't have, so that
Exactly.
they can get that reinvestment from the public.
Yes. Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then you ain't gotta work. You paying yourself with the grants,
With the-
and you a socialite. You hosting brunches like Letitia from Bell Collective.
It is just like the church. It is just like, it's literally, first of all, I think they should tax the church. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now. I think they should tax it. I have a whole bunch of ideas, which is why I will never be a politician, because my ideas are not about exploiting people. So I know I'll never get in these positions, but I'm a socialist. Churches should be taxed, and
Girl,
people should be given housing, food, Wi-Fi, electricity, and running water without them having to be a slave for a corporation. Yeah, that's right, bitch.
And the very last thing I'll say about nonprofits:
Mhm.
choose one, donate to one, and leave it at that. Donate to the one you believe in. Don't get to the cash register. Do you want to round up? No. I have one nonprofit that I support, and that's the one you back, and you leave it at that.
You leave it at that.
It's so funny.
The church taxes.
Yeah.
If y'all want to see churches dismantled, tax them. Because listen,
No, for real. And
the
I'm
way they gonna put pressure for y'all to continue to pay them tithes or whatever, and then people gonna stop coming to church because they're gonna start feeling that pressure because they being taxed.
And that's why the evangelicals are in control, because they knew over time, eventually, as people were leaving the church because they saw the scam in it, people would then eventually want to vote to make it so that y'all have to pay taxes on them churches. And no matter whether you are black or white, that is a way to get money without having to be taxed.
And I think that if they do end up taxing churches, they need to be strategic about how and where they do it, because that would be absolutely detrimental to black communities. Like every small black town, every corner is a church. And that's honestly what keeps the small towns thriving. And they need them tax write-offs because ain't no work in certain towns. It's things like that. So I think the tax in the churches would be absolutely detrimental to the black communities, but it also would be something that would be strategically placed in the government that we live in right now. So I wouldn't even wish for nothing like that right now.
It would have to be, you would have to be making a certain amount. That's the only way they would be able to do it. If you're making over a certain amount, you're going to be taxed. And I feel like that would be fair. I do understand what you mean, because there are small town churches that are really helping people get by because of the fact that they're not taxed. So people can pull their money and, do certain things that they need to do. But at large, what I see happening is the Catholic Church and a whole bunch of other churches, mega churches, taking advantage of the fact that they don't get taxed, and people are constantly giving to them 10% every Sunday. Like it happens.
I can see the mega churches. Like mega churches equate to millionaires in a sense of everyday people. So I can see them being taxes, but leaving the other churches.
And the Catholic Church is $1 billion corporation. They absolutely need to get taxed. To me, as a Catholic, it has always pissed me off that when I went to the Vatican, there's gold. The buildings are made with gold. And at my church, it depends on who we had as the pastor, but there was still some type of building fund. Bitch, we're part of the archdiocese. Why do you have to have a building fund at a Catholic church? Never in my years of going to a Catholic church did that happen until one of our pastors, like our main preacher, Father Mike, God rest his soul, he died. Once they started bringing in people from outside of our parish, people that were not innate to that neighborhood, into those people, it then became a thing of, now this is the first time in my adult life baptized in this church, went to school at this church, and now there's a hole in the ceiling and y'all talking about a building fund. And when I tell y'all, I had never heard of such a thing because I grew up in a Catholic church. So when you pay into the archdiocese, there's a whole thing, like a whole, the Vatican, archdiocese, different parishes, they get money from the Catholic church, which is, again, billionaire shit. So it's annoying to me now, like as I'm getting older, to see how people take advantage of poor Black people by way of tithes, by way of building funds, like shit like that. Because I actually was able to see it once I got older. Because, when I was growing up in a Catholic church in the 90s, we didn't really see any issues in our church that would require us to give more than the $50 check my parents was giving every Sunday. Which is still a lot of money when you think about it. In a full church, $50 from one family, and there are families that's giving more than that, and people that's in a choir. Either way, church is a business, and I'm annoyed at the way they aren't made to pay taxes, especially when you think about Mormons and in like the Utah area. Those people that make so much money, y'all should have to pay off that. That's crazy.
So is Fantasia's dad is or was a pastor?
Was he? I didn't see that part.
But it just makes me think about the game, recognizing the game then.
Oh, no, he did. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's check this out real quick.
For the prenup. When I find myself in an environment where my wife feels compelled to go to war for me, that's a problem. And so since a man chose to take
sorry, y'all.
I asked for the prenup. When I find myself in an environment where my wife feels compelled to go to war for me, that's a problem. And so since a man chose to take shots regarding my manhood, let's cook. When I met my wife, I was running my own multi-million-dollar company. Her success, her career didn't build me. That's because I went to Sunoco Leadership Academy, BMW Black Belt Training, Tuck School of Business, Small Business Accelerator, CMEDI, Business Initiative, and had a lot of success and a lot of recognition. I'm grateful for those things, because I am a justice impacted individual, and I had to overcome tremendous adversity and circumstances in order to break a lot of criminogenic mindsets and trauma and behavior that was keeping me at living at a lower level than what I was capable of. And I experienced incredible success. However, I wasn't satisfied with that success. And I started going into the prisons and sharing the gift of game and being transparent and vulnerable, helping brothers that are forgotten, giving them the breadcrumbs so that they could navigate. Then I met my wife. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just experience love with each other and figure out what this natural feeling was that we were exploring. Provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You did. The gentleman who was taking the initiative to use her in my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false, didn't show up to the wedding, didn't want to speak with me. It became very clear to me when my wife came to me crying in 2015 that she couldn't buy a pocketbook, that something was going on. I went through the books and I saw very clear that there was a lot of brown bagging and stealing going on, even though I had no knowledge or education in the music industry. I was lost. And with tears in our eyes and crying, we made the courageous decision to step out there because we could be broke by ourselves. Newsflash. You remember the last time we gave you $3,500? She didn't want to give it to you. I compelled her to give it to you. I said, baby, we blessed. And if we hold everything in our hands tight, God can't trust us. It's not about an individual. It's about him exercising his faith in us. I'm the reason you got the money. But my reward, my likes and my follows come in the lives of those that we impacted. We got programs on over 1 million tablets around the prison system around the country. So I'm not going to continue to let you go out there and talk about I stole some money when I got rid of the people who stole. Steal? I don't have to steal something I helped build, man. Who did you talk to that said I was stealing money? We still waiting. You won't find nobody. There is nobody. You could have called me. I forgive you if I've done anything that makes you feel a certain way. Find it in your heart to forgive me since we talking that God talk. We all trying to figure it out here, but let's do it in love. I ask.
All right. So that is what Mr. Fantasia husband had to say to the daddy. What y'all think?
Not Mr. Fantasia husband.
No, that's
He
what I'm
did say
getting.
he ain't want nothing. He said he got a prenup because he ain't want nothing before. I did catch that. I catched it. I caught that he said before they got married. So there is space for a tie to happen where
That's what
now
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
That's why I don't care.
what do you mean it's space for a tie to happen?
Because you know how when they got married, Todd was like,
Yeah,
I don't want none of your money. I don't want none of your stuff. And then now that they getting a divorce, Todd is like, hell no, I want to contest the prenup, Your Honor. So I feel like there may be space for that. But for me, like I feel like I haven't heard a lot about Fantasia husband being like so shisty. So I'm for me, like, damn, I don't want to put that label on him like you like all these other folks that we've heard. Well, we don't know that just yet. You know what I'm saying? But the information is coming from a shisty man, which is her daddy, and we have heard negative things about you. So I'm kind of like, I'm a reserve. But if y'all turn out to be right, then I'll say that. It's to me, it's like no different than Todd. I thought Todd was a really good guy. I really hear a whole lot about Todd the whole time. And then now that Todd is going to the left, it's like, oh Todd, what the hell going on? You know, and then now of course my opinion of you has changed when you've shown me something different. But that's how I was looking at the situation. But what do y'all think?
It's the fact that he said, I'm the reason why you got the $3,500. It kind of gives me pause and makes me feel like, for one, like we just talked about for 20 minutes, I can't trust him because he run a nonprofit, number one. Okay. Like that's just my personal belief. I don't give a fuck if y'all mad. That's my personal belief, number one. Number two, it was him saying, I'm the reason why you got the $3,500. And it's like, are they married yet? They're married now, right?
Yeah, they've been married for 11 years.
Okay, well, let me not clock that part then. But that's their $3,500 then, not hers.
I don't trust the nigga at all. I think it takes one pimp to know another. I think the daddy probably is right about him. Mr. Farrakhan said that she's an angel and you need to be an angel. She called you king. I don't trust nothing. I don't.
Not a king part. I'm with you. Like, yeah, that does make you be like, damn. Okay, that does raise bells.
If I ever call a man that I'm being an asshole like Heavenly, here you go, my king. You know how Heavenly's like, Daddy,
Daddy and King are like on the same level to me. Like Daddy and King, like that, like y'all tripping. But it's one thing for you to feel like they're a king, but to be like my king, do what y'all gonna do. But also, the daddy gave me the vibes that the access he may have had to Fantasia, like before her guy came, and how he may have been able to take advantage of her before he came, makes me think that's probably why you don't like him. Because however you used to take advantage of her when he came in the picture, some of that may have shut down. So did you really hear truth about him stealing, or do you dislike him so much that anybody that comes and tells you something negative about him, you're going to accept it and be like, yeah, you're right. Whatever you say, I believe it because I don't like him.
That's a possibility. That's absolutely a possibility. We can't like leave out the fact that there are always family members like Mama Joyce that don't want you to get a partner because they want the most access to your money. But at the same time, didn't she cheat? Didn't they cheat? Wasn't he married?
No, not
this
him.
not the T-Mobile man.
That was the baby daddy. That was the first. That was the T-Mobile. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
not
the
the
woman that
T-Mobile
sued her. Yeah, different people.
No,
Yeah,
because she was ready to.
You're not the only person. I seen other people saying
no.
that.
I thought that was the same nigga because I didn't know that she wasn't with that nigga no more.
That because they both light skinned, tall, may have some similar features.
Oh, they look alike. Oh, I didn't even know I just knew Fantasia had a nigga. That's all. Fantasia has a man at home. That's all I knew. Okay,
she got a type.
Listen, but what I'm gonna say is that I don't trust no man that wants to be a manager to an R&B queen. If you want to be a manager to an R&B queen, I automatically assume you stealing, you lying to people, you saying she gonna show up, you taking money, she don't show up, people hate you. Okay. And you just really taking advantage of the fact that she wants to be loved and that she wants a man to take control. And so she's gonna let you be in control in a way to give you some, to pedestalize you because you're a man. So she needs to Monique and her husband, they have to do, eat Todd and Candy. They have to do all of this proverbial dick sucking because they're the breadwinner, and it's not supposed to be like that.
And that's kind of where I was headed when I was trying to get to the way that he discussed the $3,500 and giving it to her daddy. It was as though he was like managing.
Give you that, Otis.
Right. But I backed off since they've been married for 11 years, but it was given he wants to be the manager. And I don't know what the fuck he doing besides the nonprofit, and she the cash cow.
Yes.
Now, I will say he said something else in there that was interesting to me too. It was the fact that, hold on, let me make sure I got the right mic on. My bad, y'all. But he mentioned something about the shows that she books, right? Okay, yeah, I didn't have the right mic on. Something about the shows that she book, and the shows that she books.
Bitch, that sounds so much better.
No, it sounds clear as fuck. Send me the link to the microphone right now.
Was it like this earlier? Because I had to refresh and come back in.
Send me the link to the microphone right now.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
I got you. Yeah, so he said something about when it comes to her shows and the projects and stuff she takes on, like that's cleared by Fantasia, right? He don't do nothing without her making it clearance. And I said, well, that's interesting for him to say, because when you do the comparison, in my opinion, to Monique and her husband, it's like daddy or king, he makes the decisions on her career, whereas it sounds like Fantasia's husband assists her with the decisions that she's making versus taking over and making her decisions for her. So I was like, well, that's interesting. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see what's gonna age well and what's not.
I need to not hear
now y'all gotta let me know when my mic change, huh?
I right now mark it 122.
No, I'm talking about in the future. If ever it's not this crisp, just let me know to check my mic.
Yeah, no, it sounds really great right here. But yeah, no, I don't trust none of these niggas. I'm so sorry. And I don't trust I just don't trust men in general, but specifically when they get with a woman that just learned how to read within the past, like,
I forgot about
they take advantage of what you don't know. And he was in prison. That's way too much. He was in prison. You couldn't read. Like, I can't trust.
Why you have to add that to the mix? I'm already talking about her T-Mobile. I forgot about that.
I'm sorry, but that's what I was saying. That's so easy to take advantage of people because they don't be knowing no better. I'm sorry.
Not me taking my benefit away of the doubt, bitch. I forgot about the look. Yes, y'all. I know they like, damn, Jami, that's what changed it for you. Yes, the fact that I forgot her ass did not know
that she just now, right? And then she did like a vanity college thing in recent years.
God.
Like, yeah. So, and it's not that I don't want to believe that because I do believe she's smart. I believe she's kind. I believe she's smart.
Because she do the play. Yes, that's right, Bonnie. Because she does the plays. She does the Broadway. You gotta read for that. That's right. You gotta know your lines.
Now you gonna turn.
And she did the movie,
right? Color Purple.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
You love dick too much. If you falling on the ground because a nigga who finally started to get a paycheck from your money decided to purchase a new ring for you, you don't need to fall out on the ground. You could be grateful. I don't think you should not be, oh, thank you so much, babe. I appreciate it. I love you so much. But when I tell you falling on the ground and rolling around the ground like you Carly Red, as if the foundations are not also in your name. It don't feel like it's gonna end well.
Well, I mean, if they went,
look, Bondi made one hell of an argument, closing statement. Goddamn.
No, literally. Yeah, it ain't even.
The jury has rest.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Somebody said R. Kelly couldn't read, but you don't need to know how to read to be a pimp. Remember that. Pimp game does not require reading off of paper. It just requires knowing how to manipulate a young woman. And you don't need to read for that.
You just need the streets to show you that.
Hey, bitch, what did I say? What's wrong with you? Do what I tell you to do. I got money. I'm R. Kelly. I am the king of hip hop and R&B. He put it in a song. So that's half the battle for him. So, y'all brought him up like,